So, a long while back, I did a video talking about just a hypothetical video of what if the Indominus Rex from Jurassic World could survive on Skull Island. Although specifically it was meant to be like Kong Skull Island. Skull Island. Sounded like I just had a stroke there, but you know what I mean. So I thought I'd bring that video back and do like a different version of could Kong survive on Isla Sorna? Now, to be specific as to which Kong I'm talking about, because there are different variants, the Kong for this video is going to be the Kong from the Peter Jackson film. So this is Peter Jackson's Kong. He's about roughly the size of a T-Rex. He is a intelligent but not like super strong ape. I mean, not like kaiju strong, but you know what I mean. So what would it be like if you put Kong on Isla Sorna, one of the most hostile lands to live in? So let's talk about that. When I say hostile lands, remember, Kong came from from Skull Island, where the animals had evolved strange and twisted in monstrosities. Kong was the last of his kind after it's been kind of speculated that the Vastatosaurus Rex, the V-Rexes, as they're known as, were slaughtered and ate his kind. And with Kong, when Kong died at the end, it stands to reason that the V-Rex became the top of the food chain. Now, Kong has battled evolved versions of these creatures, but remember, these are as Dr. Grant said, these aren't dinosaurs. They are genetically altered monstrosity. These are theme park monsters. So they're genetically altered. They're different. They're smarter in some cases. So the island of Isla Sorna, it's Sorna, not Nublar. So Sorna is a very different landscape. It has a tropical landscape and a more forest area in some cases. Now the thing to bring up is that Skull Island, where Kong comes from, the predator to herbivore ratio was very off. The herbivores were more the herbivores ratio was very different than what it was for carnivores. There were more carnivores than there was more predator to prey, where in most cases in ecosystems there's more prey than predators. Now the thing of it is that there is a much different prey-predator ratio, where there's more prey animals than there are predator animals. Although depending on how some forces take it, that can be a little harder to say. So let's talk about, you plop Kong right in the middle of Isla Sorna, and as you guys know, there are two apex predators on Isla Sorna that Kong will have to deal with. One being the T-Rexes. Now, according to Jurassic Park lore, is that there are a total of 7 to 8 T-Rexes existing on the island. The T-Rexes all had their own territories. They had their own their own spaces along the island that they stuck to, and they remain there for. They remained in those territories. Now, again, it stresses that that sounds like a lot of T-Rexes, but remember, Kong comes from a land where he battled their ancestors. They're more larger, more aggressive, although a little more inbred, predecessors, or descendants. So Kong taking on a T-Rex is nothing new. These T-Rexes also, unlike the V-Rexes, don't fight in packs. They're solitary unless it's a family group, much like the buck and doe with their kid. So Kong could probably take on a T-Rex or maybe 2 T-Rexes, because he's taken on 3 V-Rexes. It wouldn't be that hard. There is 1, maybe 2 other animals that could prove a major factor in this, and you guys know exactly what one I'm talking about. The Spinosaurus. The Spinosaurus is undoubtedly the major apex predator of Isla Sorna. It slaughtered its way through T-Rexes left and right. It was a dominant predator. It was intelligent. It was capable of swimming. It was capable of thinking, and it could hold a grudge. This thing chased a bunch of people because it got cut by a plane taking off. So yeah, I do think this guy does hold kind of a fucking grudge. So that's something you have to take into account with this animal, is that this is an animal that also, it's kind of left up in the air that the Spinosaurus was a hybrid created by Dr. Wu. It's been kind of like hinted at a few times, so that's the other thing. So the Spinosaurus is really the only major opponent for Kong on this island, and the Spinosaurus does not give a fuck where it goes. If it wants to go somewhere, it's gonna go there. And it's gonna see Kong as how it sees the T-Rex, as another animal for it to kill and prove its dominance. The Spinosaurus is what I would consider, maybe the T-Rexes would be a threat to Kong, but the Spinosaurus, above all the others, is the dominant one that Kong would have to have the most problem. That would be the one Kong would have the most problem with, because Kong, he's smart, he's strong, but the Spinosaurus has a few tricks up his sleeve that Kong would not be prepared for. He's as big as Kong, he's as strong as Kong, and he's probably as smart as Kong. So the Spinosaurus is really the biggest threat that Kong would have to face. Not only that, I think the Velociraptors would also be another danger to Kong. Now Kong has battled the Vistatosaurus, which is the evolved raptors on Skull Island. But these are genetically altered. They're smarter, they're faster, they're stronger, and these guys do move in like packs that are coordinated. They move in coordinated packs, and it's said in some, like one of the deleted scenes is they ganged up on the Spinosaurus and were supposed to kill it in a scene. So the Velociraptors could have been known to take down larger prey. So I think the Raptors would be another threat to Kong, because Kong could easily just wander into their nest, or the Raptors would actively hunt him and actually swarm him. Kong's had trouble before with fighting multiple opponents on him, so the Raptors would probably like coordinate attacks just to hit Kong from all sides, while he's just angrily just swiping at all of them. So they're as smart as Kong, so they will think of something. I think Kong does. Having said that, though, I do see that Kong could survive on this island. I do think that Kong could definitely hold his own on this island. There's not as major threats. He would have to battle pterodactyls. There are ceratosauruses. There's speculation that Allosaurus is also on the island. All of these predators are opponents that Kong could take on in most cases. The two biggest are the Raptors and especially the Spinosaurus. But could he survive here? Yeah. It would just be the problem of he would have to be constantly watching his back, because, yeah, the Spinosaurus does not stop. It's going to constantly move and chase after him. So that's something you have to consider. But you guys tell me in the comments below. Do you guys think Kong could survive on Isla Sorna? Just comment below, let me know. I might do a sequel to this and do like a version of the I-Rex on the Peter Jackson Skull Island. Just comment below, let me know. Once again, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.